As we grow old, what weighs heaviest on our hearts? Is it resentment, sorrow, or the invisible burdens we keep carrying and cannot seem to let go of? Old age is supposed to be the most peaceful chapter of our lives, a time to relax and enjoy life after so many years of hard work. But in reality, many people find themselves feeling heavy inside. And it is not because their bodies are tired, but because their hearts are still full of things they cannot release. Worn-out relationships, old grudges that have never faded mistakes, sadness, worries that haunt us day after day. All of these turn what should be a light and joyful life into an invisible burden. It is like a train approaching its final station. What we need is not to bring along as much luggage as possible, but to let go of what is unnecessary so we can step off with peace of mind and a sense of calm. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 important things that you should let go of as soon as possible, so that each day you live can be a day of joy, a day of emotional freedom, and a day filled with meaning. And before we begin, leave a comment down below as a personal commitment to live more positively. Something like, "I deserve a peaceful and joyful old age," or "I choose to let go so I can live with more peace." And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you will not miss out on any valuable insights for your journey into the later stages of life. So what exactly are the 6 things silently making our old age heavier than it should be? Let's go through each one together, honestly and sincerely. Number 1. Let go of meaningless relationships. At every stage of life, we have relationships that come and go. Some people were once our classmates, some were close colleagues, others were friendly neighbors. There were also connections formed through social clubs, groups, and organizations. These relationships added color to our lives. They brought joy, companionship, and connection. But as we enter old age, when our energy is not what it used to be, and our memory is no longer as sharp, even the simplest relationships can start to feel like a burden. Not because anyone is a bad person, but because we just do not have the emotional and physical energy to keep everyone in our lives anymore. Some relationships today exist only for the sake of appearances, a few dry messages, a couple of half-hearted meetups, or worse, conversations full of judgment, bragging competition, or negativity that leaves us feeling more drained than fulfilled. Some groups make us feel out of place, constantly judged or compared. Are they truly worth our time and emotional space? In old age, what matters is quality, not quantity. Instead of maintaining dozens of shallow relationships, keep only those who truly bring peace to your heart. Maybe it is your life partner who has weathered all the storms with you. Maybe it is a child who genuinely understands and cares. Or a soul friend whom you rarely see but always feel at ease with whenever you talk. Even if it is just a few people, they are your emotional home as you grow older. On the flip side, have the courage to let go of relationships that make you feel small, unworthy, or force you to pretend just to be accepted. Do not be afraid to stop reaching out, to leave group chats, or even say no to social events you already know will not bring you joy. This does not mean you are selfish or antisocial. It means you are finally protecting your precious peace of mind. Life teaches us that not everyone who walks with us for a while will be there until the end, and that is perfectly okay. Some relationships, no matter how meaningful they once were, simply no longer align with our values or the way we see life. Holding on to them only suffocates both sides. Sometimes letting go is the most beautiful way to honor a memory and make room in your heart for lighter things. Remember this, no relationship is mandatory to keep if it is hurting your inner peace. As we get older, what we truly need is calm sincerity and understanding, not forced socializing, meaningless chatter, or connections we keep just because we are too polite to say goodbye. Letting go is not being cold-hearted. It is a wise choice to live more fully with what truly matters. Number 2, let go of resentment toward others. Some wounds are not visible on the body, but they run deep in our minds. These are the hurts caused by others. Cruel words, betrayal, lies, deception, or cold, indifferent behavior. It could be a neighbor who humiliated you, a family member who turned their back on you when you needed them most, a friend who stabbed you in the back, or even someone you once loved with all your heart. The feeling of being betrayed or hurt is not something easy to forget. It plays like a looped movie in your head, especially at night when everything is quiet and nothing can drown out your emotions. The more you think about it, the angrier and more bitter you become. The deeper the pain, the harder it is to let go. But here is something few people want to admit, that resentment does not hurt the other person it eats away at you. It is like holding a burning coal to throw at someone else. The first person to get burned is always you. Many people carry the weight of a grudge for the rest of their lives. They never forgive, never forget, never bring it up, but it is always there in their hearts. They believe that letting go is letting the other person off the hook. But in truth, letting go is freeing yourself. It is not about them, it is about you. When you hold on to resentment, you are giving a piece of your precious mental space to someone who does not deserve it. Every time you remember what happened, your heart grows heavier. Over time, that negativity becomes toxic. It leads to stress, sleepless nights, high blood pressure, digestive issues, and illnesses without a name. You do not have to forgive them out loud. You do not have to pretend to be friendly, but you can choose not to let that past event have power over your present anymore. Whenever the memory creeps in, remind yourself that person no longer has the power to hurt me. I choose peace, not hatred. In this life, those who do wrong will eventually face consequences one way or another. You do not have to stand around and wait for karma. You do not need to be the judge of someone else's life. What you need is to protect your own heart so it does not stay stained with anger and pain forever. Letting go does not mean you are weak. It means you are strong enough to no longer let someone unworthy control your emotions. It also does not mean you have to forget everything. It means you have learned to look back without feeling pain. If someone has caused you suffering, let them go from your emotional life. Do not talk about them. Do not think about them. Do not expect them to change. Everyone has their own path. Your job is to take care of your soul, to live gently, joyfully, and peacefully in the time you have left. You deserve peace, and that peace starts with one choice: to let go of what has hurt you, not for anyone else, but for your own well-being. Number 3, let go of empty titles and fake prestige. There is something quite common among older people. Even after retirement, many still bring up their past job titles: former director, retired department head, award-winning teacher, or I used to manage hundreds of people. There is nothing wrong with being proud of what you worked hard to achieve. But when we cling too tightly to old titles, we risk turning the past into a burden on our present. Glory from the past cannot replace true value today. You may have once been very successful, highly respected, but if you do not learn to step down gracefully, you might feel disappointed when nobody refers to you by those titles anymore. Some people start to feel irritable, insecure, or even forgotten, and that is what truly weighs down old age. In reality, titles do not feed you. They do not make life easier or more peaceful. They do not help you eat better, sleep better, or worry less. They are just shadows of what used to be, and the longer you hold on, the smaller you may start to feel in the present moment. A title can bring you temporary pride, but it is your character and kindness that make others truly respect you. An elderly person who lives simply, listens well, speaks gently, and treats others with kindness will always be more loved and respected than someone who constantly says, "I used to be." Ask yourself, who am I today? How am I living right now? Do not just take pride in what you once did. Let the past be a beautiful chapter, but do not turn it into your only identity in every conversation or interaction. Many seniors who were once very successful now live humbly, riding bicycles, eating modest meals, speaking simply, and everyone they meet appreciates and respects them. On the other hand, someone who always brags, speaks with authority, and reminds everyone of their former status often ends up feeling isolated or avoided. Because in the end, a title is just a label. At some point, people may forget what you used to be, but they will always remember how you lived. Old age is the time to live as your truest self, with no need for show. No need to keep repeating, "I once." Let the past stay in the past like a journey you have already completed. Today, all you need is to be a regular person, living simply kindly and joyfully. That is more than enough. True respect does not come from titles, it comes from how you treat others and how you live your life. Number 4, let go of sadness from the past. Everyone has memories they would rather not revisit: a broken friendship, an unfinished love, a wrong decision, or years spent in hardship, loneliness, and emotional pain. These sad moments do not vanish with time. They stay quietly in the background and resurface, now and then weighing down our hearts. But here is what matters. The past cannot be changed. What happened, good or bad, is already behind us. It should not be a chain that holds you back. It should be part of the baggage you carry to help you move forward more lightly. The person who once hurt you may no longer be part of your life. The events themselves might be forgotten by everyone else, but you are still carrying them like wounds that never healed. And holding on to that sadness does nothing for you. It only drains your spirit, tires your body, and makes today feel grey and joyless. You do not need to forget the past, you just need to stop letting it control you. Learn to look back at it like an old photo album. Some pages are bright and joyful, others are faded and blurry. Smile at the beautiful pages, and when you see the painful ones, simply turn the page. Do not tear them out, but do not cling to them either. Try this: sit down, write out everything from the past that has caused you pain. Then tear up that paper like a small ritual to clear your mind. Put on some gentle music, make yourself a warm cup of tea, and say to yourself, "I was strong enough to get through that. Now it is time to live for today." Look around, maybe the sky is clear. Birds are singing in the yard. Your children and grandchildren are growing up. Your spouse is sitting beside you, making tea. Life is still happening, and you deserve to enjoy it without being haunted by what has already passed. Just like how people highlight the beautiful chapters in history to inspire others, you too should choose to hold on to the positive memories that lift your spirits. A special trip, an afternoon full of laughter, a loving glance from years ago. These small things have the power to bring a smile to your face and warmth to your heart. Life is not perfect, and neither are our memories, but you have the right to choose what to keep and what to let go of. Letting go of sadness from the past is not denial. It is prioritizing your happiness in the present. Number 5, let go of guilt. Learn to forgive yourself and your loved ones. No one goes through life without making mistakes. Whether it was youthful recklessness, poor judgment, or even decisions made as adults that later turned out wrong, we have all been there. That is just part of being human. Some may have wasted money, made bad investments, and left a financial burden for their family. Some may have shouted at their children, said hurtful things to loved ones, and now carry guilt for it. Some may have gone through a divorce or broken relationships because of pride or a lack of patience to truly listen. When we reflect on these things, they can stir up deep regret and self-blame. But holding on to that guilt does not fix the past, it only adds weight to the present. Learn to forgive. And the first person you need to forgive is yourself. Stop saying, "If only I should have," or "What if I had?" No one can turn back time. But you can choose a new attitude today, one of compassion, recognizing that while you are not perfect, you are still worthy of peace. There is a beautiful and simple image. The Apple logo. A bitten apple is a global symbol, yet it is not perfectly whole. Why? because it carries the idea that beauty and value do not require perfection. People are the same. We all have flaws, and those flaws are what make our lives real, emotional, and meaningful. And just as you forgive yourself, also forgive your loved ones. Maybe your children have disappointed you. Maybe your spouse was distant. Maybe friends drifted away. But if you still love them, if there is still a desire in your heart to be close again, then forgiveness is the only bridge that can bring you back together. Forgiving does not mean the pain did not happen. It means you are choosing to heal. It gives you the freedom to live lightly without invisible stones weighing on your heart. When you forgive, you release the other person, but more importantly, you release yourself. Old age is not the time to continue carrying emotional burdens. It is the time to let go of what has kept you up at night and welcome each new day as a chance to make peace with yourself and with those you love. Do not wait until you are lying in a hospital bed to regret not forgiving sooner. Nobody is perfect, but everyone deserves love, including you. Let go of the guilt. Live with compassion. Accept that things do not need to be perfect, and you will find your later years becoming far more peaceful and meaningful. Number 6. Let go of excessive worry about the future. One of the biggest sources of stress for older people is not the past. It is the future. Seniors often worry. What if I get sick? What if I do not have enough money? What if something happens to my children? What if I lose my memory? Hundreds of what ifs swirl in their minds from morning until night, creating constant anxiety, restless sleep, and even harming their health without actually solving anything. The truth is, worrying does not make tomorrow better. It only makes today harder. It is like carrying an umbrella all day under the sun. You are not sure if it will rain, but you hold onto it anyway, hurting your shoulder, tiring your arm, and missing the chance to enjoy the sunshine. Worry is natural, but when it has no limit, it turns into a burden. You keep imagining things that might happen, but most of them never do. You are torturing yourself with scenarios that are not even real. Instead of worrying, shift your mindset from worry to preparation. Instead of asking, "What if I get sick?" ask, "Have I eaten well, moved my body, and slept soundly today?" Instead of fearing, "What if I run out of money?" ask, "Am I managing my spending, saving wisely, and being clear about finances with my children?" Instead of worrying, "What if something happens to my kids or grandkids?" ask, "Have I built trust and open communication with them so they feel safe sharing things with me?" You do not need to control the future that is impossible, but you can control how you live today. And if today you live wisely, healthily, and peacefully, that is the best preparation for whatever may come. Remember this: tomorrow has not arrived yet, but if today you live with joy, the future will naturally feel lighter. Every time worry starts to rise, take a few deep breaths. Exhale slowly and gently. Say to yourself, "Everything will be okay. I am doing my best." The more you repeat this, the more your heart will begin to believe it. Life is now. The future, no matter how much you worry, may not happen the way you think. But if you are at peace today, you will have the strength to face whatever comes tomorrow. Letting go of worry is not being irresponsible. It is learning to focus on what you can control, and that is the present. Life is like a train ride. As we grow old, we do not need to carry a lot of luggage. What we need is to know what truly matters so we can step off at the final station, feeling light, peaceful, and smiling. Take a moment to look inward. How many of those 6 things are you still holding on to? Is it a stressful relationship, an old grudge, some faded prestige, a past sorrow, a mistake you cannot undo, or worries about a future that has not yet arrived? If any of those still live in your heart, then now is the time to let them go. Not for anyone else, but for yourself, so that your heart can be lighter. so that each day can pass without being weighed down by heavy thoughts. And so that when you look back at the final stretch of life, you can proudly say, I have lived a full life, not a perfect one, but one that was rich and meaningful. If you are still feeling angry, sad, or regretful, let it go. If you are still anxious or restless, release some of that weight. Let old age be a peaceful horizon, a time for yourself, for the people who truly care, and for what matters most. If this message has touched something in your heart, leave a comment with a positive commitment. For example, I choose to live gently and forgive starting today. I am letting go of what weighs me down, or anything else you wish to say to yourself. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, so you can continue to receive meaningful, real and heartfelt messages to help you live a peaceful, joyful and deeply fulfilling later life.